Greetings from Pool Plaza. Today we're going to take apart a Sta-Rite Max-E-Glas II pump and show you how to make repairs to this pump. Make sure before you begin that you have the tools you'll need to do the job. All of the tools that are needed to work on the pump are fairly common items: wrenches, socket wrench, screwdrivers that can be used to take apart and put the pump back together again. If you ever see scaly material such as the white material here on your motor or your pump, you need to do repairs immediately. This scale is an indication that you have a water leak from the shaft seal and that water may be going into the pump motor as well as through the pump itself, and it's going to damage the motor and you'll have to replace the motor. Before working on the pump, the most important thing is to make sure that the electricity is completely turned off or even disconnected. The electrical wire goes into the back of the motor and can be accessed by removing this cap which covers the back of the motor. Once the electricity has been disconnected, you can take the pump apart. This particular pump, along with most other Sta-Rite pumps, is held together with a metal clamp, and the clamp can be removed to separate the two halves of the pump, the power end and the wet end. The first step is to unscrew the clamp enough to loosen it and remove the power end from the other end. Once you've removed the knob from the clamp, take the clamp off and separate the two halves of the pump. Once the power end is removed, we can then remove the diffuser and the impeller and the seal plate from the motor. Once we have the pump apart, we need first to remove the diffuser. You loosen each one of the 5 screws in this diffuser and remove them. Once we remove the diffuser, we can then access the impeller. This impeller can be removed by securing the shaft and unscrewing the impeller counterclockwise. To remove the seal plate, there are 4 bolts that hold the motor to the seal plate. Remove these bolts and the seal plate will come off the motor. Once the bolts have been removed from the seal plate will come off easily from the shaft. And you see that there's a ceramic seal inside the seal plate. This seal can be removed by tapping it out from the back of the plate. The other half of the shaft seal is this metal spring-loaded part that slides over the impeller shaft. You can remove it also. So that you can attach the new shaft seal to the impeller. To put everything back together again, replace the shaft seal. In this pump, the white ceramic part goes into the middle hole of the seal plate. Seat it and press it firmly in so that it's all the way down into the hole. We've reattached the seal plate to the motor. Make sure all the bolts are tight. Make sure before you return the impeller to the shaft that the white ceramic part can be seen clearly. Then attach the spring-loaded part of the shaft to the impeller shaft with the black part facing away from the impeller and the metal part facing toward the impeller. When the impeller is put back on the shaft, this black hard plastic part will touch the white ceramic part. Make sure that you fasten the impeller tightly, but only hand tight. Now, with the impeller back on the shaft, we'll reattach the diffuser. Notice on this pump, there's a guide for putting the diffuser back together. Make sure that the O-ring on the diffuser is in place and that it does not need to be replaced. You can lubricate it if it needs lubricating, and this part of the diffuser slides into the pump housing. Once the clamp is tight, hand tight only, listen for it to start squeaking, and when it starts to squeak, it should be about tight enough. Remember that we are poolplaza.com. You can find us on the internet, and we're available by telephone 8 to 5 Central Time, Monday through Friday, and you can email us anytime, and we'll email you back when we get to the office.